Hello, so in this short video today I'm going to show you a little bit about Self-Portrait Project. Remember, you need to have your name in your own font that you design. The number 2 element is the main image or images that you include that relate to you based on the attribute list from yesterday. And the third element is some kind of a border around the outside. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you how letters are built so that you can create your own font. If you remember back to elementary school, you had what I like to call highway paper. It's got the two solid lines with the dotted line going down the middle, and this is how they taught you to draw your letters. So we can play around with those in order to get different effects. For example, we can move that dotted line up or down, and that changes the shapes of the letters. I can also recognize that the tail on the G, which we call a descender, and the flagpole on the B, which we call an ascender, they can also have their own dotted lines, and those can be moved up or down to get different designs. I'm going to post a picture of this on Teams so you'll have that. Also, another unique thing about lettering, these little horns or these little arrows on the sides of that letter A are called serifs, and you can play around with those. This A does not have any serifs. We call that a sans serif font. So if you are on like Microsoft Word and you see something that says sans after it, that means that it's sans serif. And it's a little bit easier to read. If you look at serif type on steroids, you're looking at things like Old English and Gothic and letters like that, and sometimes they're a little bit difficult to read. Lastly, we can go pretty wild with the shape of the highway paper, and these are just two examples. And one last thing I'll just bring to mind, you can use geometric shapes which have straight lines and angles, and you can also use organic shapes like this one that are just curvy. So that's all I have for you today. Remember, the name in your own font, the main image or images, and the border. So work on that and post your results sometime before next Friday. Thanks.